Welcome to your weekly reading. Let me go ahead and shuffle the cards. And if you would like to sign up for my daily angel and oracle card readings, you can do that by going to my website. They are on YouTube, but they are unlisted, so you will not see them on your news feed. On my website, I have an email on there. All you have to do is send an email, and yeah, you'll be added to the list, and you will receive them every day. Okay, I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. I'm just going to pull the cards like this. A jumping card. I didn't quite see what that was, but it's definitely a message. Okay, 3 more cards. All right. So let me just move them up a little bit so that you can see everything. Okay. Got a card hit the floor. I might show you guys what card that was. I don't know. It mysteriously hit the ground. First card is the High Priest. The Page of Swords. The Fool. The Four of Swords. The Five of Cups. The Four of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so give me a moment to look this over and tie everything together. Apologize, my neighbors are making so much noise. I've been waiting the entire day for them to be quiet, but it's obviously that it's not going to happen. Can you tell that I'm annoyed? Okay, so give me a moment to look this over and tie everything together. Okay. It's interesting that we keep having this card come up for us. And in this deck, it's called the High Priest, but this says the Hierophant. And, you know, we've had it a couple times in, you know, in the weekly reading around. We've even had it as the heart of the reading, and here he is again. So this is very spiritual energy. And just like I've said before, I feel like right now you're being guided to do something. I feel like you're receiving inspiration. You're receiving guidance about where you belong. This is a major arcana, so this is something that is extremely significant in your life, life-altering changes where you're receiving guidance. And some of this might also just come through as you kind of feeling like a yearning for something. You may feel like a yearning to change your career, or feeling like a yearning for a romantic partner, or you may feel like you need to move. This is guidance coming through for you. We have the Page of Swords right next to it. And normally I associate this card with honesty, communication. It is a page, so the pages are about communication. And I still couldn't get that message. I feel like you're being like pulled in a certain direction here from the Hierophant. You're either not feeling something or you're feeling something. And you're being like prepared to take some type of action. But I feel like here, like, you have to be honest with someone. For some of you, I feel like some of this is that you have to be honest with someone in your life, or perhaps a decision that you make is going to affect other people. Or maybe it's just your family. Like, I don't know. I feel like some of what you have to say to them here about what you're being guided to do, it may not really resonate with people that you share this with, whether it's family or friends. But they're saying that you have to do this. You're being guided to make a change that is extremely significant, because we have the Fool here. 2 major arcanas. This is spiritual guidance. This is you kind of being guided to like-minded individuals, people who are like you. And this is a new beginning where you're kind of just following your heart and your intuition with honesty right in the middle. So I feel like you have to be honest with something. You're feeling something right now. You're being guided to something or someone. This is a fresh start and a new beginning for you, but it does mean that you have to be either honest with yourself or with other people. I feel like for those of you where you have to be honest with yourself, I feel like you're resisting this guidance here from the Hierophant. You're resisting perhaps out of fear. We see the individual kind of facing this kind of like scarecrow, kind of holding the sword. So he really has like nothing to fear. He really has nothing to fear, but I feel like you have to be honest with yourself. Perhaps there's something that you have to walk away from in order to end up where you belong, or with who you belong. And then we have the Fool, another major arcana. And this is very different energy. This is a new beginning. This is a fresh start. This is you just kind of following your heart and your guidance. This card always involves like a risk. It means that you don't really have any type of guarantees that what you're looking for is going to work out, but you're just kind of following where you're being guided. And that's really important because we have the Hierophant here. So I feel like this is a new beginning for you, a fresh start that may not look either very promising or it may feel kind of risky to you. It involves you either being honest with yourself and facing your fears, or being honest with someone else and saying, hey, this is where I need to be, this is where I belong, or this is where I'm guided. Now let's move on to this row here. The heart of the reading, and I know that last week we had like a painful love reading. It was painful for me to do as well. We had a lot of heartache in that reading, and part of that is that we have the 5 of Cups, and here it is again in the general reading. And sometimes they kind of like mirror each other, and the story continues in one reading from the other. And the heart of the reading here is like heartache. It's the 5 of Cups. This depiction is like pretty like self-explanatory. We see the individual kind of sitting here in the rain, just kind of crying over these like cups that have fallen. There's kind of a dark cloud hanging over just him. Over here it's a clear sky. There's kind of like a entry here where everything looks bright and everything's better, but he's just kind of focusing on what has been lost. So I feel again they're emphasizing that something has been lost. Either that, or you're just kind of not feeling something. You're feeling unhappy, perhaps about something that didn't work out, or something that's just not working for you. You may literally feel like as if there's a dark cloud hanging over you. I feel like Spirit, which is here, they're telling you if you would just kind of turn around and see what is waiting for you, you could get out of this dark place and kind of end up where you belong, following this entirely different path I feel like some of you, you can't even like imagine what awaits you. I feel like some of this, like, it's not easy. Some of you may even know what it is, and you're saying easier said than done. Because you have the Four of Swords, I feel like this means that you need some time to yourself. You know, we see the woman here. She's in a bed. She's being tended to by another person. And so and it's perfect next to the Five of Cups because of what it represents. It means that you need time to recover. You need time to make a comeback. You need time to be yourself again. I feel like something has happened where it's really kind of affected you emotionally. This is the Suit of Water. It's affected you emotionally. It may have even have affected decisions that you make. And so now your guidance is kind of like, there's an alarm kind of going off saying it's time to do this. Your higher self is kind of tapping you on the shoulder, or your angels. It's time to do this. It's time for this new beginning. But I feel like because something that has happened to you, or it's going on now, where you're feeling just a lot of pain, you're focusing on something that went wrong in the past, I feel like you're taking time to recover from this. And it's just kind of collecting your thoughts and just kind of feeling strong enough to move on. And some of you may even kind of be taking a break from everything because you're just feeling this harsh energy from the Five of Cups, which is very painful. And then the next card here is the Four of Pentacles. And this is, a very fear-based card because it means that you're trying to hold on to what you have out of fear of losing it. So for some of you, it may be, if you've lost something, and it's still affecting you, the Five of Cups, you may have lost a job. You may have lost a romantic partner. You may have lost your home, your peace of mind, whatever that means. I feel like you're kind of really like holding on. This is kind of fear-based energy. You're holding on to something material. But they're telling you that there's no need to kind of be holding on to whatever this is, whether it's the past or your fears, because something really positive awaits you here, and it is lined up. I mean, like, look at what's lined up here. The Fool, the Four of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. And this card here cancels this card out immediately. I mean, especially with the Fool over here. And I will talk about that in a minute when I get down here. Not only that, but, we have this card of fear and, like, holding on to things because you don't want to lose something or someone, yet you're hurting. You're hurting and you need time to kind of be yourself again. Here, they're telling you that this is you receiving. We see the woman and the child here receiving her pentacle. And notice that in this card, it's also raining. So I feel like for some of you right now, you're in a place where you kind of feel like you're not receiving, and you kind of feel like you're really in need, and you need I don't know, I feel like some of you need something kind of given to you, material, whether it's you're in need of a job, or you're in need of a home, or in need of love. And this is a card of receiving. This means that you will receive what you deserve. So I feel like there's no need to kind of hold on to this fear here, because this card shows you kind of receiving. I do feel, because it's lined up with the Four of Swords, that for some of you, like, it's not that easy. You may need time to really like collect your thoughts. Like I said, you may need time to heal from whatever is here right in the center of the reading. But there is guidance here that is kind of leading you, like I said, to this new beginning from the Fool. You have to be honest. But in the end, once you kind of make the decision that you've healed and that you've taken the time for yourself, you're not going to hold on to fear. This card is saying that you will receive something material. You will receive what you deserve. And then down here we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knights are about change and movement. And this card is all about, fast changes, fast movement, a lot of fast-paced energy. And it's next to the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like once you make the decision that you're moving on and, you're healing, that whatever it is that you're meant to receive here in this card will happen quickly. And as I said that, I feel like I said that last week in either this reading or the love reading. This just means that you don't have to wait a long time You don't have to wait a long time to for something. And since we're talking about the Six of Pentacles, I feel like it won't be a long time before you see something manifest in the form of something material being given to you. Like I said, whether it's career, it's love, whatever this is. I feel like this is something that happens quickly when you're ready, once you're ready. And then here is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is you kind of being in a really completely different energy from what's at the heart of the reading, which is the Five of Cups. Like I said, this is someone just kind of like in mourning, which is usually the typical depiction of the Five of Cups. We see a person kind of draped in a black cloth, and they're just kind of like with their head down and just kind of like, you know, in a place of mourning and darkness. This is the complete opposite. This is someone just kind of completely fulfilled, on top of the world. This is sometimes, you know, a person who's on their own, and they're happy with that, and they're fine with that, because they may be on their own, but they are very successful. They have all the material things that they need, especially financially, and you feel on top of the world, and you feel very pleased with yourself because you made all of this happen without anyone's help. Now, let me take a look at the cards to see what else jumps out at me. I want to talk about what I saw going on here. And I feel like, you know, here what we have is a fear-based card. Like I said, the Four of Pentacles is all about holding on to things out of fear. You fear that you're going to lose something. Sometimes people kind of read this as a money card, you know, that you're holding on to money out of fear of losing that. But it could be, it's a Four of Pentacles. Pentacles, which is anything material. So you could be holding on to a relationship that's not bringing you happiness. You could be holding on to a job that's not bringing happiness. You could be holding on to a home that is not bringing you happiness. But they're telling you, if you kind of take a risk here, take a risk with some type of new beginning that you're being guided to. You may have to be honest, really honest with yourself or with someone else. If you take a risk on something that is kind of like a major red flag, you're receiving plenty of signs, I feel, to make some type of change. This will pay off for you. It may not be easy. It may be kind of scary because we have the Fool. And this is all about just taking a giant leap of faith and just kind of taking a deep breath and going with it. This fear will not stop you because we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is you succeeding. This is you succeeding on your own and being very proud of yourself. Seeing how successful and abundant you can be without anyone else's help. Yeah, and then going here, across the reading here, from the Fool, the Five of Cups, Six of Pentacles, again, you know, the same message. A new beginning, where you're just following your guidance, which is here. Which means, if this card is here, you are receiving guidance in some way. You're just kind of feeling pulled in a certain direction. It may even kind of be that you're feeling like something doesn't resonate with you. And this is bringing feelings of sadness in some way, either because you're not feeling something or because you don't know what you're looking for. But I feel like any type of changes that you make, that where you're just kind of following your heart and you do something unexpected, leads to where you need to be, because the Six of Pentacles represents you receiving exactly what you deserve. So I feel like like I said, any type of chances, crazy chances that you take that just seem to come out of the blue, new ideas, pay attention to those, because they're guiding you here to receive exactly what you deserve. And I feel like some of this may be what we have here in the center of the reading, the Five of Cups. Perhaps, you know, this is you kind of being disappointed and very hurt over something you thought you were going to receive, something that you thought would bring you happiness and did not. But I feel like they're kind of guiding you in a new direction, and what you want, what you deserve is here. And not only that, but this kind of really brings you to a really positive place within yourself where you feel really self-confident and you feel that you've succeeded and you've done this all on your own. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the love reading. Okay, so let's get into the love reading, and this is for singles. After I do this reading, I will move on to the reading for couples. Hopefully we get a much better love reading than last week. That was painful reading. But, you know, I just pull the cards. Whatever comes up. If it doesn't apply to you, trust me that it applies to someone who is watching this reading that needs to hear these messages. Oh, okay. That was easy. Okay, so 3 more. I'm not sure if I'm pulling the cards like backwards. I feel like I just did that. But I don't know, I'm just really trying to tune into these cards before I even see them. Seeing what kind of feelings my guides are giving me. Okay, so the first card we have is the 4 of Wands. The Star. Ten of Wands. The Ace of Cups. The Chariot. Really? Again? That's like 3 weeks in a row that we have the Chariot and the love reading. Knight of Swords, which we had last week, and we also had it in the weekly reading this week. The Tower. The Ace of Pentacles. And then the final card, the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So give me a moment to look these over and tie everything together. Okay, so the first card we have, singles, we have the 4 of Wands. So I feel like a lot of you right now, I'm kind of feel like a lot of you, I mean, especially lined up with the Ace of Cups and the Star and the Chariot and the Tower. I feel like right now you're really kind of concentrating not just on finding a relationship, not just on finding a date, because this is a marriage card. This is one of the minor arcanas, which represent marriage and stability and a happy home. So I'm getting the feeling that some of you, either you're thinking about, like, you're really kind of focusing, I want to get married now, this is the year I want to find my life partner. For others, that you're just kind of looking for a date. I feel like you might unexpectedly meet your life partner this year. You may not even kind of be thinking in terms of marriage. You may be thinking, I just would like, to get to know someone, to spend time with them. This is not what that card represents. This card represents, like I said, marriage and a happy home life. So I feel like either you might be meeting someone that is a potential life partner. If not, this is someone that you might even kind of marry rather soon, because we do have the Tower down here. And then we have the Star. Now the Star, I always talk about how this represents your hopes being realized, but this is also guidance. This is also a lot of spiritual guidance being headed your way. Since we had the Hierophant, I feel like that's very significant. So I feel like right now, some of you may be kind of making plans as far as like your love life. Maybe one of your New Year's resolutions was to look for someone new. Maybe because you're moving on. We did have a painful reading last week. We did have the Five of Cups in the heart of the reading for the weekly reading. So I feel like right now there's a lot of guidance. I feel like there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes to bring you and someone together. And this is someone who is a life partner. If you don't know what a life partner is, this is not just a husband or a wife, because people get divorced all the time. A life partner is the person you spend the rest of your life with. I feel like there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. Your angels, their angels, your guides, their guides, to bring you and someone together. So I feel like you want someone to spend time with. So in a way, you are getting, your hopes are being realized, but you're getting a lot more than that, because you're getting the person that you're spending the rest of your life with. I do feel, because we know we have the Ten of Wands, you have to hang in there. You have to hang in there, because I kind of feel that this is the energy of just being like so tired and overburdened and overwhelmed. And this is the sort of fire. Your fire is kind of burning out when it comes to love and romance. So some of you may be tempted to just kind of quit right before the miracle occurs. I don't know where that came from. I think Doreen Virtue. You're tempted to quit, but there's something like huge like coming up for you as far as your love life. Like I said, it's more than you bargained for. You will get what you want as far as like, relationship, but this is going to be more than just a date. This is like either like, your life partner, a very karmic soulmate, or a twin flame. And I feel like you just have to hang in there, because you may kind of feel really uninspired right now when it comes to your love life. Here, try not to move all the cards, is the Ace of Cups. So this is a new beginning. And, because it comes after the Ten of Wands, I feel like they're telling you, don't think about past relationships. Don't think about the people who were all wrong for you. They were all wrong for you for a reason. And that is to kind of, to put you exactly where you belong. That's exactly what I said in the weekly reading, because we had the Hierophant. You're being guided to where you belong right now. And I'm getting the feeling from this reading that you're being guided to who you belong with. I'm not going to say who you belong to. That's not cool. Who you belong with. And they're saying this is going to be something new. This is going to be a new experience. So if you've had bad experiences with love, controlling husbands, controlling boyfriends, jealous husbands, drama, negativity, violence, they're saying this is going to be like, I feel like this is someone like that you've never dated someone like this before. You've never been in a relationship with someone like this before. This would be like, I don't know, I feel like I said this in some other way last week. Someone who's not even your type, maybe. But this is what brings you happiness. And it takes you completely by surprise. It's lined up with the Tower here, which means that it's a pleasant surprise. Now, at the heart of the reading, we have the Chariot. And I feel like this ties in well with the Ten of Wands, because this means this is the card of success and winning. And I feel like, this feeling I've been getting from this spread is that for some of you, it's been a long road when it comes to romance. And you have to kind of, like I said with this card, you have to hang in there. And this card is really like an exclamation mark to what I said over there. This card is telling you that you will succeed when it comes to your love life. It's at the heart of the reading. So they're saying that your inner strength, your patience, and your determination to find the one is going to get you somewhere. And I feel like for some of you, this can happen real soon. Real soon, because you have the Tower. And not only that, but you have the Knight of Swords. which, as I said, this is something that happens very fast. So I feel like this is kind of like also a huge change in your life. And that feeling I'm just getting, that someone's coming into your life that's not what you're used to. This is going to be pleasant, because if you've been through a lot of traumatic relationships in the past, maybe that's why you stayed single. There's someone coming into your life that's not like that. This is going to be like unlike someone you've ever known in a positive way. And then the Knight of Swords. So this is, again, change in movement. Change next to change. Thumbs up. But also, this is fast. This knight moves the fastest out of all the knights, and it's here with the Tower, which is sudden and shocking change. So they're telling you like something big's happening in your love life. Like for some of you, you may even kind of see this before Valentine's. Just in time for Valentine's, you're going to see a positive development in your love life. The Tower, usually a scary card to most people because of what we see here. But, this doesn't have to be negative unless you see something scary next to it. I feel like this is something that takes you by surprise. Like I said, it's a positive surprise. It's next to two extremely positive cards. And I know you can't see the one down here, but let's pick it up. It's the Ace of Pentacles. The Tower is surrounded by new beginnings. And the Tower is technically about new beginnings, because the Tower means that something old has to be destroyed in order for something new that's right here to be rebuilt. So you might even kind of see, you might even see that some relationships that you were in the past, you may have a aha moment and see that those relationships had to go. That was not your life partner. That was not your soulmate or your twin flame. And things had to fall into place for you to meet whoever it is that I'm feeling in this reading. And I feel like, you're in for some huge changes. I mean, it's all here. It's all here. The Chariot, the Knight of Swords, the Tower. These are all like immense change that comes in very fast and will kind of shock you, take you by surprise, maybe even the people around you. And this is, a new beginning in your love life. And for some of you, yes, it may even kind of involve your exes. My daughter had a birthday party this weekend, and I talked to someone at the party who was telling me that she had married her husband 2 times. They had divorced. She told me the whole story, but I won't share it. They divorced, and then they remarried like 2 years later. I don't know. I felt like I felt guided that, to share this story. So I feel like for some of you, you may even kind of see that happen. Someone comes back into your life, whether it's an ex or an ex-husband. For some of you, it's something like completely new. And the Ace of Pentacles. This is also a new beginning. And this is just kind of positive energy. This is, it reminds me again, I'm looking at the Tower. It reminds me a lot of this kind of like shocking, like, where did this come from? How did this happen? Energy. To me, the Ace of Pentacles, it represents you kind of receiving abundance. And not only just receiving it, but like being showered with abundance. So I feel like you're kind of expecting or hoping for a change in your love life, and it doesn't just kind of like you meet someone that kind of like completely like blows you away. And I feel like some of it is also that they bring a lot of positive energy and abundance into your life, especially with this card here. The Five of Pentacles. This means that you're kind of feeling lonely, you're feeling kind of left out. And, this is kind of suffering energy. You're feeling hurt. And it is lined up here with the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands, like I said, that's kind of feeling burnt out, like you don't really want to try anymore. You're tired. But I feel, we have the Knight of Swords here in the middle saying that this kind of changes like really quickly. And then you also have that energy of just kind of, like I said, being lonely and tired. So I feel like something kind of happens to like take you out of this energy. We do have these like challenging cards, but something like really positive in the middle. So I feel like this energy, if you're feeling that energy of the Ten of Wands or the Five of Pentacles, what's going on here in the middle will quickly change that. Let me see if anything else jumps out at me. Yeah, what's going on here? Four of Wands, the Chariot, the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like some of this is that you're kind of feeling like uninspired when it comes to love. You may kind of feel like, I've already tried dating, but it never works. Either I'm not finding anyone or it's always the wrong person. Like I said, the Chariot is all about you hanging in there and refusing to give up, because this card is basically telling you that you are a winner. This is a card of success and winning. And not only is this telling you that you're going to find someone that's okay, or someone that someone to date. Like I said, this is something extremely significant because we have the Four of Wands here. Like I said, this is either a marriage, because this represents a marriage card, or this is kind of like a long-term relationship, or even a live-in relationship. This is you really feeling like you finally have something stable in your life. So I feel like those who are willing to really kind of hang in there and not give in to feelings of despair or negativity, thinking about the past, you're really hanging in there and you're being hopeful. There is a lot of positive energy in this reading. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the reading for couples. Okay, this reading is for those who are married or in a relationship. The first card is the Four of Wands. So this is something solid. This is a marriage card. Especially for those who are married, I feel like they're telling you that you have something solid. We do have the Ten of Wands over here. So I feel like something may be going on, whether you're in a relationship or married, where you're just kind of feeling like completely overwhelmed. I feel like for some of you, you may be facing a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, and you may kind of feel like giving up. But I'm also getting the message it could be your partner who feels like they're giving up, or you may be getting the feeling that something's really going wrong here. There's a lot of guidance for you here in the Star card. And remember that we had the Hierophant in the weekly reading as the first card. So I feel like there's a lot of guidance on how to save your relationship, how to heal your relationship, how to make things right. And I do see that happening here in the Ace of Cups, because this is a new beginning. So I feel like even if and it comes after the Ten of Wands, so I feel like even if you're in a kind of a bad place and there's a lot of misunderstandings and arguments and distance, this is telling you that you can get back on track. This also, I'm being guided to say, is a card of intuition, which goes well with a star. So I feel like whatever it is that you're being guided to do to help your relationship, to heal it, make sure that you follow up on that. This is staying very connected to your feelings so that you can connect to your partner, to kind of tune into their feelings and see what they need in order to feel okay with this relationship or marriage again. Now, at the heart of the reading is the Chariot. Yeah, I keep hearing, keep moving forward. I feel like you kind of have a choice as far as like what's going on in your relationships. You could either kind of quit, because we do have some challenging cards, a Ten of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. You're here with the Five of Pentacles. You may be feeling like an outsider in your relationship. You feel like you're not connecting. In some way, you kind of feel handicapped, without your partner. You feel like you can't function without them. They're telling you to hang in there. The Chariot is all about persistence. It's about being really stubborn and refusing to give up. And sometimes, not in this reading, but I'm just saying as an example, sometimes you have to give up because you're fighting a losing battle. But not in this reading. They're telling you that whatever it is you're fighting for, it's worth fighting for. With all these positive cards, like I said, new beginnings, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles here, and the Tower. So the Tower represents, sometimes it scares people, but in this reading it's telling you that this is a sudden development that, is positive because of the new beginnings here. So I feel like your patience will pay off with the Chariot. They're telling you that you will succeed in saving this relationship. I feel like for those of you that are dating, as long as you're following your guidance, and you're not giving in to the challenges, I feel like this person that you're dating, because it's the first card, the Four of Wands, the person that you're dating or you're involved with or you're living with has the potential to be your life partner if you're really kind of hanging in there and refusing to give up, refusing to give in to whatever problems you're having. And the Knight of Swords is telling you that, you know, whatever obstacles that you're facing here, this is not going to stop you. They're telling you that all the positive energy that is on this side of the reading is really going to overcome what's going on over here because you have the guidance. You're being guided intuitively, you know, as far as how to heal your relationship and connect with your partner more. So I feel like your persistence and your patience will pay off quickly with the Knight of Swords here. And they're telling you that you'll be surprised at what happens in your relationship. Sometimes people, like the example that I gave you, people separate. And maybe that's happening to you now, or maybe you're about to. Sometimes you separate, and then when you get back together, you know, you end up with something even much better. Your relationship is even stronger than it was before. This is something like a sudden, unexpected turn of events. I don't know, for some of you, I kind of feel like that, yes, you know, there may be challenges and you may be spending time apart, or you don't know what in the world is going on with your partner. I feel like you connect. You know, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and you end up with a much stronger relationship. And for those of you that are kind of just dating or living together, as long as you're patient, I feel like you will be shocked. Sorry, I can't talk right now. You'll be shocked to see where this relationship might take you. Like I said, this could be marriage, your life partner. And the Ace of Pentacles, this is just telling you this marriage that you're in, or this relationship that you're in, there's a lot of abundance around it. I almost kind of feel like there's a lot of protection around it as well here, because the star also represents protection. This represents also, I forgot to mention, angels. So I feel like those couples that are meant to stay together, it doesn't matter what you're going through. Those couples that are meant to stay together, and I feel like many of you have a lot of romance angels and just kind of angels and guides around you, helping you to kind of work out your problems. And just like I said in the reading for singles, the Ace of Pentacles represents kind of like a sudden inflow of abundance. And we're talking about relationships here. So this would be kind of like a sudden, just like the Tower. They're supporting, you know, all these energies. A sudden change in your circumstances. So if you're not connecting, and you're not kind of feeling content in your relationship, or you don't understand your partner, it's telling you that something will change for the positive, where you kind of be like surprised that everything works itself out. And you know, the Five of Pentacles, like I said, this is just kind of feeling cut off. And I feel like this might be the problem, because it's lined up here with the other challenging card, that you're not really connecting with your partner. You feel like you're the only one in the relationship. You're the only one who's trying, and they may not be communicating with you. You just kind of feel like I said, you're an outsider. They're shutting you out emotionally. And it's lined up here with you kind of just feeling like giving up. The Ten of Wands, just kind of feeling like, why should I even try? But this reading is basically screaming at you that you need to kind of keep trying and hang in there and be persistent. Like I said, I feel like there's a lot of guidance. There's a lot of angels. There's a lot of new beginnings. The Tower, for once, it's surrounded by positive cards. So I feel like there will be a lot of positive developments, even if you are going through some challenges right now. Okay, everyone, this has been your weekly reading. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next week.